Hi guys, Ernie here. Now, up until now, I've shown you many high-end premium wheel sets on my channel, but what I'm going to show you today is something entirely different. Previously, I have ran a standard tri-spoke plus disc setup on my time trial bike, and I've had great success with it. But then I found the two spokes, which should arguably be even faster. These wheels are made by Dutch specialists M5 in the Netherlands, and they also make custom recumbents and specialty items for paracyclists and the Dutch national track and paracycling teams. So they are definitely not some newbies on the market. The design idea actually itself is quite old, but up until now it wasn't possible to make without the advancements in composite and layup technology. The idea behind these wheels is that a disc wheel is very fast because it has the most aerodynamic shape, so it has the least pressure drag, but since it has an enormous surface area, it also has the highest amount of surface drag. In order to decrease the surface drag, they, as much as possible, they devised this two-spoke graduating rim depth design, so it should have the best balance between pressure drag and surface drag, having very little surface area. The build quality is extremely nice. The wheels are finished off in matte unidirectional fiber all around, so it has a nice classy look. And these are not actual decals, I think the logos are painted on. The hubs are not really specified on the website, but they appear to be also pretty good quality. They use Japanese industrial grade bearings in them, and yeah, they spin very smoothly apart from the free hub, which I think is jammed full of grease, so it needs a bit of a run-in, but the engagement is actually pretty damn quick, so that's a good thing. As you might imagine, a two-spoke wheel is not ideal in terms of structural efficiency, so you have to use quite a lot of material to make them rideable and safe, and this makes them pretty heavy as well, but actually not heavier than my old disc and tri-spoke setup, so pretty much the same. My whole bike weighs 8.3 kilos with the Garmin and everything, and these wheels on them, so yeah, it's practically identical, although the MV 7.8s are a lot lighter, so the bike comes up at 8.05, so it's definitely going to be a much better option for undulating terrain and hilly time trials. The weight is partly offset by the fact that the wheels are tubeless compatible. I really wanted to try this out because I also have the Corsa Speeds, which are tubeless compatible too. Based on my previous experiences, I was a bit worried that the setup will be a little of a handful, but luckily the inflation and the seating, everything went really well, and I could actually even do it with a pump, so that's a good thing, definitely. What I've used were the aforementioned Corsa Speed tubeless ready tires, Silca 44mm tubeless valves, and even though this rim doesn't have any spoke holes or anything like that, I still use Silca premium tubeless tape and 2 layers of it just to make sure that there are no porosities in the inside of the rim, so I don't get any air leaks, and it also makes the tire a little bit tighter on the rim, so it's easier to inflate and the beads pop nicely into place. I also used I think around 30 to 40 ml of Stans sealant, and the setup holds air overnight and it's airtight so far. Apart from the radical two-spoke design, there's actually quite a lot going on in terms of rim shape. So if I start here, it actually has a pretty narrow rim, so 24mm at the brake track, The 23mm course speed is an ideal flush setup with it. It starts at around 50mm deep and then progressively goes up to around 90mm deep, while keeping a toroidal profile all the way, and it bulges out at this point, like for example a zip rim, very similar to that. And then it goes into kind of a V shape here. Yes, so it's 90mm deep, and then the blades actually also have basically a standard rotor shape. So yeah, teardrop, sharp end all the way here, and then of course it changes direction at the hub, so you're always having this blunt leading edge. The brake track is machined and textured, so braking should be pretty good. I've yet to try it out. The inflation is pretty easy as well, because the hole is nice and deep, so I can fit my Hero V2 chuck in there, unlike the Vision tri-spoke, which has a very narrow and shallow hole. It's pretty deep as well. As I said, 44mm valve is pretty much ideal. And another feature is that if you look at it, actually the valve comes up not perpendicular to the surface of the rim, but a little bit at a shallower angle, so it's actually angled outwards, and that makes installing the valve a bit trickier, but it makes inflation a whole lot easier. Since this is a premium brand, you don't really get too many accessories with the wheels. So basically you only get the wheels themselves and a couple of stickers for the valve hole. No skewers, no wheel bags, no anything. Pads, I'm going to use the Zip Tangenties and the MVs. So these are already installed on my bike. SRAM Red 1128 cassette. View Speed Aero titanium skewer. Well, it's not really a skewer, it's just a bolt through axle for the most aerodynamics. Thanks to the radical shape, these wheels should not only be very fast, but also very stable in the winds as well. Right, so I have my older Vision front wheel comparison here, and now you can easily see what the reduced surface area looks like, and it's actually quite striking. So hopefully these two spokes will be very stable and will work as advertised. Unfortunately, the weather is pretty bad right now and I can't really ride these outside, so I'll need some more time for a proper judgment, but hopefully these will propel me towards the 50 km/h marker in terms of time trial average speed. Now if you'd like to see more traditional wheelset reviews or some other high-end cycling related stuff, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.